Hello everyone, it's been a long time since I last vlogged about my study abroad journey, and now I'm going to give you some takeaways, some points of reflection that I'm still reflecting on and probably will be for years to come, and what I've been experiencing throughout my time abroad in India, South Africa, and Jordan. Living and studying abroad was a completely novel experience for me since I hadn't done any of those prior to this journey, and I'm completely grateful for being able to stay in homestays in India and in Jordan. And you've probably read about my experiences if you've been keeping up with my journal, and that will be up for a long period of time, so you can still check them out and read them. They're all about 500 words each, and that's where I was documenting some of my experiences. Not everything, because then those blog posts would be much longer, and I tried to put in the most salient memories or moments that I had in each place. My homestay experiences in India and Jordan were completely eye-opening because I was able to have more access to culture and corresponding opinions from the point of view of my homestay family members, and they were all amazing with answering my seemingly endless questions about what I was seeing outside the classroom, what I learned about inside the classroom, to gain their perspective on the matter. And I had to do all of this knowing that whatever they told me isn't completely true for everyone within the country, because everyone has different realities and different positionalities that affect their experiences. In the homestays, I also had the amazing opportunity of eating delicious food prepared by my homestay family or brought by my homestay family, and they would also explain to me whenever they had the chance what it means to them, if they have any certain special associations with specific cultural events or celebrations. And it felt amazing that every interaction, whether it be food related or not, could be an entry point to learning about different cultural topics. Thankfully, I was also comfortable asking my homestay family's political and social questions, and I've learned throughout this experience that culture, politics, and social topics are all intertwined with each other, and that you can't separate them or silo them into separate categories. Studying abroad was an experience that made me truly feel like the whole world is a classroom, and not in a way that makes everything seem academicized, but rather in a way that every single moment you have interacting with your environment, or even observing how other people have and continue to interact with their environments, is a way to learn about so many different topics that are expansive and connect with each other, including public health, and that is the focus that we had on this journey. Coming out of the program, I've come out with so many personal, academic, professional, and interpersonal skills that would take forever to list out. However, I feel like I've done the incredible, difficult task, and continue to do this, of embodying the skills and living them out, applying them to my everyday life and interactions with other people. In that way, my personality has changed, my mindsets, opinions, my ways of framing my experiences and framing what I observe in real life, and also how I am receptive of news, how I'm receptive of how I see other people approach different problems. I've become a much more intersectional person, and I try to see everything with a holistic lens that's informed by public health, since that was the main overarching theme of our program. I try to see how this is conducive to people's health, what factors are involved, and how I, if that's my position, how I can help support someone's overall well-being. Although I had this before, now I feel much more of a moral obligation to care and to show my care for other issues that don't directly impact me, that are happening abroad, because everyone who I've interacted with, I didn't know about them before I went on study abroad, yet I still care about them. I still matter to them, they still matter to me. And for everyone else who I haven't met yet and maybe will never meet, there are still human beings that deserve human rights. There's still human beings who are impacted by larger social structures that, for example, my country might be involved in. And now with globalization, we're all more so connected with each other than we ever were before, arguably. Most, if not all, of my troubles abroad were resolved with communication, thankfully. And for example, I'm a practicing Seventh-day Adventist, so that means I can't do any academic work from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, and that isn't the only requirement of my religion, but it's one of the aspects that was directly involved in this experience and that I had concerns with. And also I'm a practicing vegan, so it was challenging navigating the food scenes in all of these different countries. However, I did talk to my country coordinators in each of these countries and also the program director, as well as my cohort mates, and everyone was completely supportive of my needs and my wants. They asked me questions whenever they were curious, and we all strategized to try and solve problems that came up in difficult situations where I didn't have a lot of options, or we thought that maybe I wouldn't be accommodated, and thankfully everything came out fine. I also struggled with honoring my well-being throughout this sometimes exhausting experience, and I quickly found out that after communicating with my cohort mates that I wasn't the only one struggling with this, so I found community within them, and we all strategized to come up with ways so that we can promote our personal and collective well-beings. In full transparency, not all the challenges that I went through were resolved. However, I do feel comfort and gratitude in being able to share what I went through with the people who were supporting me and were there to be part of my experience, so that future cohorts will have better supports in place to prevent or navigate these challenges. Up next in my life is starting my postbac research position at the National Cancer Institute in Maryland, and within the timeline, I hope to prepare for and complete applications to MD PhD programs. Hopefully you all will be by my side during that next chapter, as you have with my study abroad experience, and I thank you all to my support systems and the Fund for Education Abroad for making this absolutely life-changing experience possible. Thank you so much again, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.